Take the hit, take the hit, take the hit.
Welcome back to FPL Take the Hit. You're here with Mick and Joff. Today we are doing our Gameweek 24, double Gameweek 24, where HitSquad. Yeah, so look, pumped, ready for this game week. Let's just get straight into it. Mick, I'm going to kick us off. Sorry, man, I'm going to jump in, kicking us off. Gaza Nigger in goal. I just want to put that out there. I mean, he's got Norwich at home. He saved the penalty. He got like 14 points, I think it was. Good on him. And who is first in defence?
First is our first of our three Liverpool assets, Trent Alexander-Arnold, the must-own Liverpool defender of choice. Obviously, you could go Robertson or Van Dijk, but Trent is your main attacking asset. He's on corners. He's on set pieces. He's everywhere and everything. He's created 7 chances in the last 4 game weeks for Liverpool. So just own Trent. 7.5 million, a bit steep, but it's a double game week, mate. So you got to own the best asset. Take us on to our next defender, Joe.
All right. So Mason Holgate, 4.5 million Everton defender under Carlo Ancelotti, who is Mr. Defence. Let's be honest. The guy's just absolute beast at the defensive setup. So I think Holgate's a steal at that price. And if he keeps playing, then I'm going to have to think about getting him in my team, and especially a home game to Newcastle. So why not? And who is last at the back, Mick?
Last, we've gone super uber cheap. We've gone for a Spurs defender, a new fella that started playing for them, Tanga Ganga Banga. I can't really pronounce his name properly there. So he's starting the Spurs, and I mean they're playing Norwich at home, so we're hoping for a clean sheet from the Spurs here. All right, Joff, why don't you take us on to our first midfield option?
All right, so it's one of these two is going to be our triple captain. We're gonna hit the switch for this week for one of our boys. So I'm just going to say Mohamed Salah. I got to start it off with Mohamed Salah. He's got poor away form. It's horrible. But at the same time, he's got decent stats. You love his stats. And, 23 points in his last 3. I don't know. I mean, it's just too irresistible for me not to triple captain this guy. I'm probably going to do it. So, and who's the other guy that you're probably going to triple captain, Mick? Who's that guy?
Yeah, it's Mane, but I mean, Salah's stats are better than Mane's in the last 4 game weeks. Salah's created 12 chances and he's had 12 goal attempts, whereas Mane's only created 4 chances and he's also had 12 goal attempts in the last 4. So, I mean, it is a tough choice between these two for that triple captainship. Mine's going to be on Mane because I don't own Salah. But I mean, it's a coin flip between these two, especially because the away form of Mane we have seen is better than Salah.
Oh, it's amazing.
So, yeah, very tough one there. All right, Joff, why don't you take us on to our non-double game week asset that we've got in the middle of the park?
All right, so this one was from our punt of the week, from our preview. I'm going with Lucas Moura. So, at home to Norwich. He's 4 goals and 2 assists for the season. He's had 9 shots in his last 3 games. He's playing up front for Spurs. That's basically it. I don't really know about him long term, but I feel that he's a good option for this week. And who is last in the midfield, Mick?
Last is someone I actually might bring in because I do have my 3 Liverpool quota already, which is Anthony Martial. Now, I swore that I wouldn't, on Scout's Honor, that I would never bring him back in after his injury. But all of a sudden, Rashford's gone and get injured. So they are really relying on Martial to be fit. So I'd imagine they're going to send him out on the pitch in gridiron gear so that he is fit to play up front. He's probably on penalties too. He's created 2 chances in the last 4, not good, but he's had 10 goal attempts in the last 4, which is good. It's the top 5 for any midfield in the last 4 game weeks. So I am liking the look of Martial against his Burnley team, Joe. Take us on to our forward line, mate.
They'll give him painkillers before the game so he doesn't get injured or something. First in the forward line, I'm going to start with Danny Ings, 6.9 million now. He just keeps rising. And I mean, just for those who kind of, he's blanked 1 week and they're like, get rid of Ings or whatever. But he's returned 9 of his last 12 games. And you know about the form. I don't have to tell you about the form that he's in. He's in ridiculous form. So just stand by your man, stand by Danny. And who is next in the forward line?
Next up, I'm going to go with. I'm really going to go against the masses with this one. I really fought to have Jamie Vardy in this team this week. We had a little bit of a chat about it, but I just know this Leicester team's going to come out firing against West Ham. They've got it. I mean, it's make or break time for Leicester. Really, they've had 2 really bad performances, and Jamie Vardy's going to be pumped after missing that penalty.
He will.
So this West Ham game's huge for Leicester. So I reckon, Jamie Vardy, man, his stats aren't great. He's obviously missed a lot of football, but I think he's had 2 games under his belt now to get back into fitness, and I reckon this is the launch pad, mate. It's get ready for the launch. So why don't you take us on to our last forward option?
So it's not Sergio Aguero because we couldn't afford him. We wanted Sergio, but we couldn't afford him. But we've gone with DCL, Calvert-Lewin. So he's got 4 goals in his last 5 games. He's actually looking pretty good under Ancelotti as well in this front too. So, again, at home to Newcastle as well. I don't know. This Everton team could actually really surprise us because they've got to look at the manager they've got. That caliber of manager, it makes a big difference. So we've got Calvert-Lewin to wrap up the starting 11. And who is our bench keeper, Mick?
Yeah, we've gone for Randolph, so it's another double game week option there. We've plays for West Ham now, the new keeper for West Ham after Fabianski's injury. So Rando, I reckon you never know. You never know. I mean, owning a goalkeeper for a poor team in a double game week is not such a bad thing. It's actually a great thing. That's why I brought in Fabianski not long ago before he got his injury.
Yeah.
So Rando at 4.5, he's a good option. Obviously, he will be starting for West Ham and even playing after the double game week. So you never know. Maybe he racks up the saves and gets the old penalty save here and there. You never know. He could end up with a bumper score, mate. Why don't you take us on to our first on the bench?
All right. So first on the bench, just obviously because he's so cheap and he played. He started and he started the last game. Gone with Saka from Arsenal. So they've got a London derby here. If he gets a chance to to have a crack here, then you got an assist in the last game, and he could actually do some damage. He's just so cheap, 4.5. If you need someone to enable, he's a great option, especially if he starts playing under Arteta. So it's kind of a wait and see, but he's in our team anyway. And who is next on the bench, Mick?
Next on the bench, I'm going to go with Brandon Williams of Manchester United. He's a 4.1 million option in this United backline. Obviously, we've got Luke Shaw waiting in the wings to reclaim his spot, but he has started the last 2. He got an assist in the game before last. So, I mean, if he can nail down this spot, he's an excellent option at 4.1 million, especially with this United team playing Burnley at home. Should be an easy clean sheet there. And take us on to our last option on the bench.
All right, so wrapping it up, we've gone with Cathcart. So Watford, they've been in really good form, and we're hoping it continues here as well. I mean, he's our last sub. He ain't coming on, but 4.3 million, just again, get a bit of awareness here about Watford's form, and maybe they keep another clean here. You never know.
Yeah, excellent, mate. Well, that sounds like a pretty good double game week team. I reckon gonna be some big points in there, definitely. If you did enjoy this video, guys, hit that subscribe and give us a like. And obviously, Joff, you're gonna give us a big shout out for our chip videos.
Yeah, we probably should. I mean, check out all our tutorials. Maybe the word tutorial is not the right word we should have used, but they're just so informative and so insightful. They're going to help you in all aspects of the game. So just check them out. They're in the comments, the link below, all the links below, and yeah, definitely worth a watch.
Essentially our tutorials, but at the same time, they're our thoughts, our accumulated, from our history of playing this game, what we've come to, define as the right way of using certain chips and certain strategies.
I like that.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to explain it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. As we said, FPL Take the Hit. Always remember to stay positive.
Keep chasing them green arrows, guys.
Take the hit, take the hit, take the hit, take the hit, take the hit.
Welcome back to FPL Take the Hit. You're here with Mick and